So, hello in the new year. Hello in the new year, whatever that is. This is talking about meaning. And oh, thank you for your celebrate, Jordi. Um, this is talking about meaning. Most of the time, we're thinking everything has some meaning. Maybe we are not so much aware of it. But living in time, living in distance, and being someone, having a life, everything seems to have a meaning somewhere. Sometimes it's very subtle, sometimes it's stronger, sometimes you feel like it's a belief, you don't have that, other people have that. But it seems like so many things have a meaning. And then finally, hearing there's no meaning, that can be very clear. But it's not about that nothing has any meaning, it's like an understanding. The meaning is also very much embodied. So that feeling of there's something going on, there's a life going on, there's a continuation going on, it's going better now, or is this the me, or isn't it the me? So everything seems to have a meaning, a purpose, or something that's going on. And there's nothing wrong or right with that, but it makes it very clear that when we say like there's no meaning in anything, that's huge. That's huge. That's so strong. It's so strong to live in time, to feel like it's going better somewhere. It's when there's an illness and it's not going better in the beginning. So it can be very frustrating because we're so used that finally everything is just going better after a while, and then it's normal again. Wanting to be happy, wanting to feel better about yourself. It's a very strong one. So even when there's feeling of there's can be stress in the body, or can be like an idea that there are some patterns going on, like not being able to say what you really want to say or to feel what's going on and all that. It's a story. Well, that's such a strong story, and there can be so much seeing that and feeling frustrated about that. It's not easy going. And then seeing those people like me and other people talking. And it seems like a lot of times I think there's an idea that when they're seeing me or maybe other speakers, then it's like, oh, she's always like that. Like she, in this hour, I'm talking in this way. She will be always like that, like fiery and all that. No, I'm not. It's so different. It's every time it's different. So that's how it goes. There's no one state or something like that. No anger anymore, or all that bullshit, you could say that. Because it's everything. When it's everything, it's not only firing and everything is it's going and all that. No. It's the normal what's already going on. But maybe without all those ideas about how it should be. But it doesn't matter that what's going on cannot be painful or stress or anything. Sitting on the couch, watching television. It's very normal. It's very normal, ordinary. It's what already is going on. And maybe there's a lot of investment in ideas about what's going on and how it could be and should be. And that's a lot of energy putting into it. But it's not you doing it. It's that energy it's going. So that's also what's happening. It can be frustrating. It can be annoying. But when there's an annoying, then that feeling can happen. So it's already what is happening. And that's strange because we're not used to include everything. And a lot of times we are trying to feel a little bit more better. Maybe no me means that there's no frustration anymore. There's something going on. It's like more easygoing. There's more peace somewhere. I don't know. It's not knowing. So there's what is happening without knowing, without being able to change anything, because that being able to change anything was an illusion. So that when that illusion isn't there anymore, so it's the same, but without the illusion. So there's a lot of concepts and beliefs about what's going on, how we can look at it and all that. But that can be there, but it doesn't have any meaning, any substance. It's already what is happening. You can't even follow it. Don't need to follow it, because it's already complete as it is. But complete has also a meaning. Sometimes complete feels like, yeah, that feels like it's full and it feels good in a way when it's complete. But that's not what is being said here. When it's said this here, it's complete as it is. It can be a half cup of tea or anything. It has nothing to do with the idea of perfection or the final end and things like that. It's complete as it is. So it's the wall as it is. It's the dirt as it is. It's that feeling as it is. Maybe there's no name, because a lot of times with feelings, there's no name for it. That we try to say what is going on, and maybe we try to find out why also. There can be a feeling. It's somewhere happening in space. It's not even yours, not even mine. It can be sadness, but maybe it's not even sadness. Maybe you don't know. There can be so many ways of expressing sadness. It can be subtle, it can be strong, it can be rah. And that's with all feelings. It can be so much different in subtle and stronger and really strong. And we are so used to connect it, relate it to the circumstances. It has to do with what was going on. I'm feeling that because of what's happened. In the story, you could say that and you could talk about that, but there's no importance in it. It's not real. And that's strange. There can be really somewhere it's really strong that there's no meaning, it's not real, the story isn't real, there's no importance in it, and still there's talking in the story. When there's talking in the story, the meaning and the importance is completely lost. There's no importance at all in anything. When there's a circumstances, then that is there, and already there's something else, so it's changing. And we are so into like follow-up and continuation and remembering and putting it together. Everything is one. So there's that moment. It's that and that and that and that. Not even to you, to that body, not even to that body, because maybe some people thinking like, when there's no one, then there's only the body. Even the body isn't real. That can be seeing that body, or maybe only the face, the face, yeah. Then there's a face. We're thinking about the story of Roes, maybe. There is no Roes. There never was Roes. There never was a life of Roes. There is that face, or maybe a finger, or a sound, maybe a feeling, sitting. It's that simple. It's so immediate and so simple, without any meaning of purpose or importance at all. That's the freedom. And the funny thing is, when that all illusions about the meaning and the concept of what's being going on and how and why and all that, and should and shouldn't, and this is better and this is worse and all that, when that's lost, there's something else. Then life is suddenly, it's like, oh, this life is full on. Life is already full on, exactly as it is. It is paradise. It is paradise. But paradise has, in our ideas, a meaning of always happy. Paradise is not always happy. Paradise is life full on as it is. And that's amazing. It's full on. It can be subtle and strong and anything. Or it's like snow is falling. It's like a sensation. There can be pain full on. It's everything is like that and subtle. It's somebody said it's a gentle wow. That's it. We can talk about that. Most of the time, we can talk about what it isn't, because there are a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts, a lot of beliefs about what is me, what is going on, what is life, what is my world, anything like that. So there can be questions about what's going on, or maybe a sharing what you want to say. And we'll see what happens.
Hey, Rose.
Hey, hi,
Hey.
hi.
So, when absolutely nothing is excluded, it becomes extremely vague to even call anything the me, right? Becomes very vague to say like, was that the
Mm.
me or not the me? It's isn't it impossible basically?
You could say that that's who's asking that question. That's me. Well, because it wants to know. It wants to be sure that this is the me. Am I still in the me, or is that already? Is it already open, or whatever you call it?
Hmm.
It doesn't. There, there's when there's nothing going on, then that's it. There's that idea of looking at yourself and trying to find out or figure out what's going on. I That's how I call it. That's what I call me. Because that's the idea of when I figure it out or when I'm sure or when I know, that is the, you could say, the function of me is trying to find out and trying to help you, because it's in that way. But there is no you, so it's completely useless. But it seems very important.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. That, it's funny to say that, because that whole idea, we're so busy with trying to find out and trying to think about what is the best solution, what can I do, what is better, this or that, and all that, trying to help myself to live my life. But there is no myself. There is no one here inside. So there's no need to help or to have a lot of thoughts. It's not wrong. There can be low thoughts, but they're going nowhere. It's just in the air, going around. And it loves to complication. It loves that it isn't yet there, because it can go on and have ideas about what is it, and maybe, oh, when I look some videos, maybe it will be much more, maybe not clear, because I know it's not about clarity, but maybe there's something going on, and it's so clever. It's going on, trying to be important, because there's a feeling somewhere, there's a missing, there's a search for something, and there's something going on. It's not even, you can't even say what it is, but it's not complete or feeling like that. And it jumps on that, and it's continuously going on, going around like that, helping to make it clear, to find a way to anything. It's a misunderstanding. Well, it's not only a misunderstanding in thoughts. And the funny thing is, it's already during the day. There's a lot of times there's no one. There's not thinking about things. There's just walking. Not thinking, how do I walk? No, it's just going by itself. And then suddenly there's something going on, and then it feels like, oh, I have to do what is the best, and what can I do? Maybe I have to eat more like this, and then there maybe I can more. It's more easygoing and all that. No, it's going by itself. There's no free will. So there's no being able to change. That's so embodied, that idea that I'm able to change what's going on. I can do something about it. That is so addictive. There's no one. So there's no control. This is about loss. So most people, a lot of people, most people maybe, don't want to hear this. Because it's always somewhere, even in all the non-duality meetings, it's somewhere going to know me anymore, or maybe this is the me, or more explaining about it. There's no need to explain. There can be explaining, and there's nothing wrong with explaining, but it doesn't go anywhere. So there can be explaining. Okay, I'll also hear. Well, but nothing has any meaning. There's no need for anything already. And that's strange, because that idea of and sometimes when there's asking questions and there's not really an answer, so it doesn't help, it doesn't give something. So it's even sitting there, not getting the answer, not going anywhere. And somewhere there's that falling apart in some way. That it doesn't always feel nice. There can be a relief, but it can also be like emotional. There can be all kind of ways how it's going. So it's not always great that there's no one or something like that. It's everything. So there's no hiding, there's no escape. And that me, that trying to make it in a certain way, not feeling stress or tension anymore. It's part of that looking for, search for a better life. There is no life. There is no my life. It's everything already. And it's really everything. And in a way, it's a relief not to being busy with what's going on and all that. Well, that's more like feeling as a relief when there's a lot of being busy and then suddenly there's nothing going on. Like in that moment, there's a relief. But when after, you could say after a few days or all that, it's already forgotten that there was something going on. So there's no relief anymore. It's what it is. There's a question. There's something in the chat. When the apparent body dies, is that the end of this appearance? But it doesn't need to die to end. It's there and then it's not. Maybe we say he is in another room, but it's also there's no that person that there's no need to die for that. It's more in the story that we then there's that. The strange thing is that we are so into time. We live in time. It's so embodied that the idea that when somebody is in another place or he will come back or she will come back, and that's the normal way of how we deal with it, and that gives a little bit of feeling secure or safe or connected or together and all that. And then the moment that someone really dies, then suddenly it's like, oh, there's no continuation. And it feels like in the story, it's like the parting of somebody, but it was already like that. But it's so much embodied. So there's so much going on that really like, woof, there's no continuation. It's very woof, tearing apart because that's something we are so attached to and it's so the normal way. And there can be a lot of not so much attached anymore, but wow. Yeah. when John died, then after that period, then 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 there were, I think, maybe 2 months. There was something going on, like trying to keep it together, like a me coming back. You could say that. Trying to keep it together. I still cooked. I did things. I cleaned the house and chill what's going on. Everything was going. And of course, there was the crying, but that was also going on. And then suddenly, after 2 months, that completely just vanished. Like in one moment, it just like a balloon, woof, it just fell away. I fell even on the ground because that it was so embodied that that energy was going and going, and then suddenly it wasn't there, and that it was like there was then it was like there was no how can you say that, no way of doing more than what was really happening. So trying to make it happen, it was just exactly how it was. There was no escape at all anymore. And it was tough because it's really strong. That energy can be so strong when, and that me, that what was going on coming back, I think, like something going on, and it wasn't that strong, so it fell away again. And then wow, it was so strong. That life is so strong, like waff, this is it. Nothing more than that. It's exactly that what it is. So there can be an idea. Maybe I'm giving meetings a lot more, and then at 8 o'clock, it's like, no, it's finished. It's just finished. So it's like so strong. There's no escape. There's no control. There's no one doing anything. It's life. Life is the boss. It's really like that. And in a way, it's also like amazing. It's like, wow, that life is so, how can you say it? I can't say the word. I don't know the word for that.
Hi, Roes.
Hi.
About
Hi,
the,
Catherine.
I don't know if it's relevant. It's just what's going through emotions
Mm,
and thoughts.
yeah,
The fear of not being someone to anybody else, and of not being able to cope without love. There's that feeling of, I feel almost dissociated,
I
and
don't understand. What? Say it again. I can't
I feel
really.
like the idea that
Yeah.
there's so much fear that I wouldn't be able to cope without
Oh.
the love of at least a family
Oh.
member, or
Mm, mm,
and
mm,
yeah, yeah, there's and everything is feeling quite meaningless.
yeah.
All the stuff, all these ideas or groups that I used to be part of and follow, and even the idea of Christmas and the New Year, and it's just nothing, but in a negative way, I would say.
Yeah. Mm,
It feels like when something had meaning,
yeah. Yeah.
now without it, it feels like it
Yeah.
it's lost, but it's um yeah, it's
like in a negative way.
in a
You feel like
negative way.
meaning. It's
Yes, yeah, yeah.
meaningless. It's in that way.
It is
Yeah.
meaningless,
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, really, people
Yeah.
I used to feel I was part of a group, and that's fallen apart, and so it's and even this non-duality, you know, part of
Yeah.
me wants to say fuck, fuck it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's the only thing that doesn't require. It doesn't require anything, and somehow there's love that seems to love.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it can be also the new way of a new group. That's why the
Yeah,
non-duality
but
thing.
even that, because that started like 6 years ago, even that's falling apart.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh God. Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
gosh, because there was a hope.
Yeah.
There was a hope.
Then, yeah. But
Yeah,
that's it. It's so strong. And then feeling falling apart and think like, yeah, nothing left. And then, oh yes, there is. And then what? Falling apart again. And then, oh, there's nothing more. Oh, yes, there is still. Oh my God. Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo-yo, like a
Yeah, but it's
yo-yo.
no,
Yeah.
it's not even. But it's so embodied that living in time in with other people, like connected and related and all that, is so strong. There can be an understanding. Well, that's just nothing, and already falling the meaning falling away. But there's still so much going on, and that can fall away, and then for a period you feel like, oh yeah, that's really, and then after a while, and then there's 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 yeah, it's going on and on. Doesn't mean there's me or something like that, but the meaning of things and the continuation and the hope and all that
Yes, yeah,
can
yeah,
be
yeah.
so strong. But that's life too. That's how it goes. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah. In a way,
Well,
in the awareness.
yeah.
I know that I can be listening to music or being out, and none of these thoughts come up, or
Yeah.
the heaviness, the feeling
Mm,
of heaviness, and being depressed is not there, and then it's back on, fully, and then I think there's a cause and effect. Oh yes, it's cause it's dark, it's cloudy, and I've always been like that with the weather. When it's cloudy and wet, and then I feel cloudy.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's also that in that is also a meaning, and that is such a strong one. We are so yeah, how to say that?
yeah,
With that, when there's already the word depression is a meaning, so there's something going on in that way. There's already a little, really little story of belief in that. So it's so embodied. That's so strong. It just sticks again in that way till it doesn't. But yeah.
oh yes, yeah, yeah.
Because
Thank you.
there's no meaning in all those feelings that can happen, but it's not in you or something. That's what we already, that makes it already like, oh, it's me feeling that again. No, it's not me feeling that again. There is that feeling, and that's it, without meaning, and that comes and goes also
it's
without
it's because
anything.
the idea that it should be different.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
rather be happy and jolly and full of energy, not
Yeah, sure.
not uh, you know
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, that's such a strong one too. Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
like you said in your introduction, when the speakers come on the Zoom or live, it seems like there's some sort of peace, or you know
yeah,
it's obviously a projection. It looks like, oh, they've arrived, they're settled,
yeah,
and this illusion carries on that I'm not there
yeah,
yet. I'm still up and down, and there's
yeah,
still an
yeah,
I in the center of everything.
yeah. But also that up and down, that of course that happens here too. It's not that, not so much up and down in that way, but all different feelings of they are there,
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
or being quiet, or I don't know anything. But no, I'm not always like this.
I
No, of
think,
course not.
yeah. So
Yeah,
if I was uh, in the story, if I was brought up that those moods were not normal, you know,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah, but there's so many, and that's what's then that's suddenly so clear that there's so many ideas about what should be it, and you already know then there should be nothing, but oh wow, there's it's so embodied those ideas, and then in the non-duality, like oh, there's that freedom. If you see it like that, you see that people talk, and you feel at that moment the freedom. There is the freedom, but it's not a feeling. So it's the freedom, and that's everything. So there's also everything like that. Yeah, of course.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you for the chat. Thank
yeah,
you.
great. Thanks.
Rose, it's
Yeah,
also it's there's also a fear that if this carries on, I'm going to go mad, or I'm going to.
yeah.
It's
That's a
so
new idea.
frightening. It's so frightening. This, yeah. What did you say? Sorry.
That's the new one. That's like, oh, I'm going to be mad. That's another one. That's like looking at you like, oh man, you be quiet, or that, I don't know, whatever. Because when there's fear, that it's already there. So there's nothing to deal with, and it's nothing to cope with, because that what is already is going on, that fear in that way is already happening. So what are you afraid of? Because it's already the fear is
It's
already
already the
happening.
fear, and then we add a story to the fear
Yeah,
of
yeah,
what might be, or yeah.
yeah. And
Okay.
maybe it's even when I'm not holding it anymore, maybe then it's I'm crying. No, no, it's
Uh,
already like that. Yeah, that whole story that makes it into something else. Yeah, but that's such a strong one. Yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. It was funny when I had I have how do you say that, the thing that you put a when there's a baby and you put them in a, we call it a box with like, this is what's happening there, and then you put the baby can sit there, and then normally you think like when he's a little bit older, he doesn't want to sit there because he's feeling restricted and he can't move very much, and then my grandchild was sitting in it. And then they was just looking at the things like and they were doing like this and all that. So he's playing with it. He didn't see it as, there was no meaning in it, like feeling restricted or nothing. It was just seeing, oh, then that's there, and I'm doing this with it. So all that is, we are so into like, oh, this little space is too little, so it feels like restricted. It has nothing to do with that. Circumstances has nothing to do with what's going on. And that's how we think. We are so into relation about circumstances and how we feel. There can be a feeling and there can be circumstances. They're just that what is happening without any meaning at all. It's just what it is. Literally. And that me, that whole construct of all, you could say me, like I see it, is all those ideas and concepts and beliefs about what's going on, what should be going on, what isn't there, the connection, the relation, the hope, the it isn't enough, the what I need maybe, and all that. It's a story. It's a huge story with all ideas, and it's nothing. But I so embodied those ideas. There can be a relief of, there can be a relief of a lot of ideas and all that. But wow, it's very, very strong. And there's no change. When there's no one, when there's suddenly, there's no one, or there's that whole construct of all those ideas and it's suddenly not going on anymore. Life doesn't change. It's already going on. There's no big change and all that. No. Can be even not noticed by people because it's not like huge. It can be very subtle and just going on, and all those ideas about how it should and what and this is better and all that. It's not arising, but it's already, it's not noticed. So this is not about change. It's more the loss of maybe someday it will be better. It's a lot of that. There's putting so much effort and so much energy in that, trying to feel better, be better, hope for something else. There's so much energy. It's in that. So, and there's a fear of not having that. So there's a drive to go and to do and to do and to do. And suddenly there can be moments of not that doing is just stopped for I don't know why. And then suddenly it's like, oh, and it's not like flat and nothing and just what is like a table and all that what we think like it's nothing in a way like flat and nothing. But then suddenly it's like, it's nothing, but it's also everything. It's just what it is, and there's something else. So life is something else. You see it also with little babies. It's like that that life, that aliveness, what's seen. It's babies don't do anything. They don't have meaning and identity and all that. But that aliveness is just there, and you want to be there because that's so stunning. But that aliveness is the only thing there is, and that can be overlaid by so many ideas about how should and shouldn't, and this is better and all that. So there's all the focus is on that doing, and the fear for not doing or nothing is going on. Silence maybe. It's not about silence. And it's like, oh, it's wow. A subtle wow, not really strong, of course. Can be, but
Hello, Rose.
hey.
I just was noticing how meaning is attached to everything so quickly. And, there are certain flowers that come very early in the year, and you look at the flower and you think, oh, that's a sign of spring. And
Yeah.
spring will be better. And it's so fast, it's like instant that the thing and its meaning is sort of occurs simultaneously. It's sort of I can't yeah, it's like almost a habit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah.
And sometimes I have the impression that I do perceive the thing, whatever it is, without its meaning, and it is different in a way. It's
Yeah.
well, I suppose I don't know whether the word is innocent. It's just bald. It's without
Yeah. How can you say it? Yeah, yeah.
without
No,
any
without.
frills or.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also that it's very difficult to disentangle. You were talking, earlier about the me, and is this the me or is that not the me? And it's all kind of mushed up, really. It's impossible to separate the me and the not me.
It's not
Can't do it.
important. It's
No,
not no
no,
importance.
no, nothing.
That's we want to know. Yeah.
Yes, yes, how strong it is that the knowing thing have to know.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, then it's finally, it's like, is it, I felt it's like most of the time, it's like I'm not enough, or this is not enough, but also I'm not enough. So something, there should be something, I can finally feel it, or I can find, like, always like that. And then like this, is this enough? Is this it? Like nothing else, or that,
Yeah.
just that flower. It's not just that flower, it's that flower. It's that flower. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Because people also say, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my God, it's so tiring. I shouldn't think that. Yeah. Mm, yeah. So it's exactly that. It's that hand in the way it's shaped, in exactly. So we are looking into like a certain way. It should be like that, and maybe not in the mind that it's clear like all that, but it's so embodied, that idea. This is not enough. This can't be enough. This isn't it. There has to be something else. It is somewhere, not more, or I'm not good enough, or this is not good enough, or maybe when there's something else, maybe there's more peace or more freedom or all that. So there's so many ideas of how it should look about paradise, a lot of ideas how paradise should look, and always happy. That word always, there is no always, of course there is no always. It's changing in that way. It's not even changing. It is like is. That's it. Not for anyone. And that's what we think. It's everything is, I'm the center and everything is happening to me. And I have to deal with that. And that can be a relief, like when there's no one. So there should be a relief and a freedom. But there's some idea about how that can feel, maybe, or how it would be, or looking at the speakers like, oh, it would be like that. No, I'm not like that. But no, of course not. You're different. That's that's the uniqueness of everything is different. So it's already exactly what is happening. That's so stunning and amazing that it's exactly that. There's nowhere to go. It's already. Thank you.